startup we've ever done in an
Yeah.
entire episode. We started off early today,
Mm-hmm.
got a little meeting out of the way,
Yeah.
and then went straight into recording. And
Yeah.
we didn't even have to do anything really.
No, it's
about it.
pretty smooth.
Hell yeah, killing it.
Just
Well,
killing it.
killing
Just
it.
killing it.
Killing it. Well, welcome back. As you can all see,
Hi.
we're a lot closer to God because these chairs have jumped us up. like
There's new
fucking 10
furniture in
feet.
the office.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, there's new furniture. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's
It's growing on us, but
Yeah.
it's tight.
yeah, I get it's growing on us because before we were down there and now we're up here.
Yeah.
Ha Starting the day off right.
A doodly doo.
Doodly dee. A doodly dee. Doodly dee.
Damn it.
We might need beer.
Beer.
At some point.
Might, yeah.
Yeah, too bad they're fucking
Oh, yeah, their
cashed
taps are
out.
empty, yeah.
God damn it, they're tapped out. Hate it.
Mhm.
Pissed. Freaking pissed.
Freaking
Pissing me off, man. A doodly doo.
Doodly-doo.
I'm fucking pissed off.
Oh, man. How was your guys this week?
It
was
was
good.
interesting. Yeah.
good.
Got to spend some time just kind of recovering from kind of a long week, but just getting a lot of work done and such. But
Nice.
overall, it was pretty productive.
Nice.
Hell
Good deal.
yeah.
Good deal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys do your skills this week?
I did do my skill this week. I had to send it to you guys because I don't have it on my phone. But
You
yeah.
have to send me a few now because I'm waiting on the
Yeah.
one from the week before.
Well, if I can get somebody to help record, that might be enough.
Bro, just put your phone up on a book.
Man,
Put your phone up on a book.
Good.
Record
Right.
it.
But yeah,
That's all I need.
we'll get into skills first, and then I can explain
Yeah.
what's going on
No,
with
you're
that.
fine.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skills. Drake, you got him?
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
you want
I
to start
you
on
go
that
first.
kind of a
Yeah, I
template?
wanna
Okay.
start.
Just
Because
get
we,
this
cause
out
we
of the
might be
way.
able to bring it on to a lighter note after
That's probably
yours.
a
Yeah.
good idea.
Drake's gets dark.
Well, no, just this specific skill. Because last week I was in a weird foggy funk thing, and I think it was more so the weather than anything else. We had such a weird fluctuation these last couple weeks that I wouldn't say I have like that winter depression or anything like that. Like I don't necessarily
Just in
feel
the
it.
funk.
Yeah, I just felt funky. So like, last week my skill was to write some poetry, and I did.
Oh,
Got a little.
you got poets and you didn't
yeah.
know it.
Roses are red.
Violets are blue. I have a gun.
fuck
Get in the
yourself.
fucking van.
Get in the van. Yeah, I tried. Initially, I was like, "Oh, I'll do some, comedic relief and stuff like that." But I was like, "This
Yeah, it
this
didn't
doesn't
go comedic, did it?
No,
Went
no, it
real
didn't.
dark.
It really didn't. Well, it didn't go like super
Is it
dark.
Is this haiku-ish? Or
No,
what
it's
is this?
more like.
How long are they?
I guess it really depends on which one.
How sad am I gonna get?
Not very.
Am I gonna have to do welfare checks in my own house?
No.
Jesus.
No, because I wrote two, and one of them is more lighthearted, and the other one is pretty self-reflective. So it really depends on what you guys want to
You
hear.
already know which
I'm
one I want to
genuinely
hear.
curious.
I want dark.
You want dark?
Let's go
I want
dark, yeah.
I want
Okay.
dark.
Let's dive into this abyss.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Wait, ready? Silence in the audience, please. All right. You may
Okay.
begin, sir.
So the title of it is I Know Why, but the question is still why. Why do I love wholeheartedly but always let go of that love when warranted? Why do I feel empathy but not pity? Why do I feel heartache for someone that's been lost but couldn't care less if a stranger dies? Why do I yearn for a family of my own but am terrified of the idea of perpetuating a cycle that's ingrained in our DNA? Why does a crowded room feel like a threat that puts me on edge while an empty field feels vacant without a lean-to? Why do I not feel the inevitability of my own death, but am absolutely terrified of the idea of my family and loved ones having to mourn for me? Why do I try for a peaceful route and talk down a fight when, internally I'm vibrating down to the marrow with excitement knowing that rational thoughts won't work? Why do I not need anyone, but am in a constant need of approval and appreciation from the ones I'm lucky enough to have in my life? The question is why.
Jesus.
I feel personally attacked.
No, I'm kidding.
All the applause
But no.
there. All the applause. No, that was good.
That was really good, man.
That
Seriously, that was awesome.
That
Thanks.
explained
That was
you.
very open. I
to
like
the,
that a lot.
To the
Yeah.
core. That explained you. So,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was in a I don't know,
wasn't
a
expecting that.
self-reflective. Yeah.
I was
No,
expecting.
honestly, like, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
good.
very open. I appreciate that. That was
Yeah.
really good.
Whew.
Man.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm relating with a lot of this.
Kinda-
I'm like, ooh.
Oh,
Little bit.
Speaking volumes here.
Man.
Nice, dude. Congrats.
Yeah,
on the,
seriously.
on the,
Kick-ass
on
job
the-
on that.
the
Thank you.
poems. Proud of you.
I do want to see the other one later, but we can do that off the.
Oh yeah,
camera,
no.
so,
That one's more lighthearted.
Yeah, we'll only subject you to one on the podcast. Don't worry.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
cool.
had to have you say one. I had to see if you had the balls to do it. So
Yeah,
I'm proud
man.
of you.
Kick-ass
Proud of
job.
you.
Thanks.
What do you got?
So my skill for this week was to work with Illustrator and Photoshop. So I did a couple things for some of my other businesses that I run, and I helped make posters and greeting cards and business cards and stuff like that. So we're actually going to be handing some of those out later on this week.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I can send you guys over a couple copies just to show you
Please do.
what I was working on and what we got looking nice and such.
Dude.
So,
If I can post it on the gram, send
yeah,
it my
you can
way.
post it on the
Hell yeah.
gram. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that sent over sometime either today or tomorrow. So get that all taken care of.
Dope.
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 yeah.
Dope. Loving it.
Cool. What about you?
I did a shitload of stuff this week.
Mm.
I fucked it up this week. Give me 10 points.
He
10
means
of
that
them.
by he messed up everything. It
Nope,
was crazy.
Nope. I did so good. So good. Also, this coffee right here is my first coffee of the week. That was not a challenge that I wanted to present myself with, but internally I was like, I'm going to try it. And so, yeah, I went a whole week without coffee. That was fucking insane. I was expecting a shitload of headaches, didn't have a single one. I did switch over to green tea, which doesn't have a whole lot of, black tea has caffeine, but the green tea doesn't.
It does,
Not
but it's
as
not as
much
much as
as the
black
black
tea.
tea.
Yeah,
So I switched over to green tea, been drinking a shitload of that with like a little bit of honey in it, local honey,
it's good
you
for
know?
you.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
but yeah, that
local
was
honey will cure your allergies.
Yep.
That's what I was
Heads
telling
up,
people.
local
Yep.
pollen.
Local
Dude.
honey helps with them allergies, son. So yeah, I did that. What else did I do? I came up with you guys. We had just had our not managers meeting, but our meeting of the minds, and came up with a shitload of skits for us. I think I had like 5 or 6 different skits written down, including interviews that we have coming up for certain people. We've got some really, really cool interviews coming up with some interesting people. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for
A
that.
whole array
It's
of
gonna be
different
Yeah,
kinds
awesome.
of
just
people.
all
Yeah,
over
it's
the
going to be
place.
all over the place.
Yeah, they are not. There's no like, certain section that they're in. There's like artists, there's musicians, there's a little bit of everything in that we're going to be interviewing here soon. So
It's going to be a good time.
super excited
Don't
for
miss
that.
out.
Oh,
Yep. What else? Got us some more equipment ordered to set up the other stuff we want to set up. So that was super cool. Thank you for all our Patreon members.
Yeah, seriously.
for helping us buy all that other equipment.
Oh, and kind of speaking of that as well, sorry to interrupt you.
go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to equipment stuff, we're actually looking into increasing our equipment size. So that way we can go out and do a lot more of these
Yes.
guest interviews and such. So feel free to like us and subscribe and support us on Patreon, please,
If you
because we're going to be
guys-
doing a lot more
yeah.
cool stuff for you. A lot more stuff that you guys are going to be enjoying us.
Even if you only
do,
just want to do
yeah.
like, if it is a monthly based thing, but there's no like commitment
Yeah.
after. If you wanted to just commit a lump sum, you could just commit for a lump
Yeah.
sum on one time. So if you did want to help out, I understand it's the holidays. A lot of people
Yeah,
are
it's busy.
like, strapped
It's
for
tight,
cash.
yeah.
I totally get that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for anyone that does, just go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast.
Even $1 a month will help us.
Anything
immensely.
helps us because
It's a huge
we're
deal.
slowly knocking down this list. But we've got some stuff that we want to get off the ground and up and running here really soon. So we're just kind of trying to up that list a little bit and get some more of that stuff ordered for us. So,
Definitely.
for those of you that have subscribed to our Patreon so far, awesome. Thank you
Thank you very
so much. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it so much. You've allowed all this to happen already. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the skills.
Go ahead and go back.
You had to bring the hat out
Yeah.
because your hair was all wonky.
It was fucking with me,
Proud
dude.
of
I
you.
don't have any product in it, so it was
Proud
like,
of you. So back onto the fitness challenge thing. We do have a couple people that are so far involved in the fitness
Hey,
challenge.
that's awesome.
So it's money coming out of my pocket because now I got to buy them.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, shit.
No, it's totally worth it. Thank you
Yeah.
for everyone that has gone in so far. For those of you that don't know yet, I did do a fitness challenge a health and lifestyle challenge for all of you out there that are listening. All you have to do is, whether it's working out, maintaining a better diet, going out on a hike or whatever, as long as you're maintaining a healthier, active lifestyle, all you have to do is weekly send me an update with what you're doing for that week or what you've done for that week, the goals that you're trying to hit, everything like that. You have to do it every single week, all the way up until our first episode of January. And if you're able to do that, I'm keeping track. I got a spreadsheet. I'm keeping track. If you're able to do that, you will receive a custom piece of merchandise from yours truly, from the podcast.
Yeah.
About
Oh,
the
yeah.
podcast, so
I think it's both at whatever ends. No,
Yeah.
it's worth it on both sides.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, even for the free merch and stuff.
I just
it's
want you guys to.
It's good to have that.
Like I said in the last
mentality.
episode, this is like that slump that everybody's in. Everybody's
Yeah.
in the slump month, especially in this area. So anything I can do to help people, not to get out of
Elevate
that,
themselves,
to get out of
yeah.
that seasonal depression,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. And I have, I'm putting my money where my mouth is too. Like I have committed to it as well. Like I said, this is my first cup of coffee. Not that coffee's bad for you. I think it's actually very good for your cardiovascular health. But I just like to make sure that it's not I control it. It doesn't control me kind
Exactly.
of thing. So I've been drinking tea. I've been eating really, really good lately, working out every single day. So, and I feel better. So yeah, that's my, those were all my challenges for this week that I just crushed.
When you say first coffee of the week, you realize that it's Monday, right?
For this week. the week of the podcast, you fucking
Just giving you
idiot.
shit.
You
Just giving
fucking
you shit.
idiot. You know what I mean.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
And actually, it's Tuesday when these people are listening
yeah.
to it, so suck it.
What do you mean?
Unless
these
you're on the
people?
Patreon group.
Unless they're on the Patreon group, then they get it a day early. Ayo.
Hey, yo.
Oh, man. Well, nice. Well, do you guys have your skills planned out for this week then?
No, but
or-
you guys go first, and I'll think of one.
Yeah, Walker, go first.
Yeah, sure thing. All right. So something that I've always wanted to get into was actually getting into like storytelling and getting into writing. So I'm gonna write a number of like short stories this week. But I've really kind of been really interested in the horror genre recently. So I want to try to do some like really kind of spooky looking horror stories this week. So like
That's what's
really
up.
short stories, probably not going to be more than like a couple pages each, but
Whatever.
I want to get a few of those written up and see which ones I like, and maybe I'll send one over for next week's Facebook
Hell
post or
yeah.
something.
Hell yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
fucking
So
badass.
yeah, I'll
on
get
the
something
page.
written up. I finally fixed my computer, which that's a whole different thing that I had to do last week.
Killing it.
So I can get back on track with that. So
Killing
yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Nice.
really excited about that.
Yeah,
How many
that's fucking
stories
awesome.
you going to write?
I don't know. I might do like 2 or 3, but yeah, I'll pick the best one and then we'll see what we can do with it. So
Dope.
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
That's badass, man.
And then we'll record it for the
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Ooh, yeah. Then we can make it.
Tubes.
Yeah, we can make a skit out of it or something.
Yeah. Like you narrate it.
Yeah.
Interpretive dance the rest of the story.
Shia LaBeouf over here, interpretive dancing.
in the woods for
Shia
LaBeouf.
Oh, God.
All right. So who else thought of a skill?
Drake, what you got, man?
So,
Still thinking, Drake, what do you got?
when I was scrolling through Facebook, at one point last week, I'd actually seen this article, and it immediately caught my interest. And I think I want to do a little bit of research. I think is going to be my skill, or like
On what?
there was a town in North Carolina
Okay.
that had this dude, and he
Was a dude.
was a dude.
Oh.
No, it was pretty fucking crazy. I obviously didn't read too much into it because I wanted that to be the preliminary skill.
Right.
Yeah.
But from what I know, the guy named himself Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
Yeah.
Ah.
Wait, all right.
So that'll be
So you're
all that
just
I give
gonna
out.
research on
Why-
Pazuzu?
dude? Well,
That's your
I'm
research.
gonna show you a picture of him.
All right, but you're going to research Pazuzu.
It's gonna be I want to see if there's any documentaries. I want
It's
to
not
see
the
if
guy that
there's
wears a boot on his head, is
no,
it?
it's not. Because that guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
guy-
Didn't he run for
Yeah.
office? And yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
He said-
Pazuzu
No.
He said
played
he-
by Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver?
in Ghostbusters.
No.
Yes.
No, that was Zool.
That's Snoo.
No. Well, what's super funny and what caught my attention is Pazuzu. Like this guy named himself Pazuzu. It's like Pazuzu Alasgard or something like that.
Dope.
Well, Pazuzu was the name of the demon in The Exorcist that possessed the little girl.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what caught my attention. I was like, what the fuck? Like on a niche like trivia memory, I was like, wow, what? Like, why would you name yourself that?
Right.
And so I want to look into it, and honestly, I'll look up a picture of the guy right now
Well, an Alucard is a.
just to show you guys for a sense of reference as to like. This isn't gonna be a goofy thing. Like it's
Oh,
probably
man.
gonna be super fucked up.
Cool.
Nice.
I love-
so, like,
I
we're
love fucked
talking
up
like
shit.
the Manson family fucked up?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm down for. I'm down for some Manson family stuff like that. Hell yeah.
All I wanna do is have some fucked up
Shit in my mind right now, dude.
Oh my god.
All the other kids.
The fucked up shit.
Oh
my God.
Shit.
Look at that troll.
So,
Look at that shit right there.
dude.
You must pay the troll toll.
Toll. You gotta pay the troll toll.
Yeah. So I want
Get
to.
in the boys' hole.
Yeah. Actually, there's a really good cover of that song by the Butthole, or not Butthole Surfers. It's Bumpin' Uglies.
Yeah.
They do a cover. It's fucking hilarious.
Wait, hold on. So there's a band called the Butthole Surfers?
The Butthole Surfers? Yeah.
Never heard of that.
You've never heard of the Butthole Surfers?
Never heard of the Butthole Surfers.
What?
No. I have heard of Betty White Tit Fuck. And that's one of my favorites. But I've never heard of the Butthole Surfers. So
Yeah. I think that's the
toured
name of the
together.
band.
They toured.
Did they really?
together, yeah.
Oh, no shit.
They called it Cookies and Cream.
Cookies and cream. God damn it.
Cool.
Cool.
Love
Yeah.
this.
But no, I definitely I wanted to research that because it just like right off the get, like I saw it. It's like spoilers. Like you see it and you're like, nope, and you put it down.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I
don't
saw
like
the
that.
picture of him and it was like a pretty in-depth article. So I want to read that one and then go in and see if there's any.
Yeah, wait till you.
documentaries
I'm gonna
on it.
post a picture of this guy on our Instagram
Yeah,
page. This guy
it's-
looks,
It looks greasy as hell.
Yeah,
holy shit. Yeah.
yeah.
That's wild.
So,
Let's see. My skill for the week is going to be.
He's still thinking about it.
Well, it's going to be something. I'm just trying to think of which aspect I want to make the skill this week because it's going to be something related to the podcast.
yeah.
Because I've been cruising through it. So I think I want to try and reach out to more videographers. Because anyone out there, if you know a videographer, let us know. We would like.
Don't
to,
have them do your skill for you.
Fuck
That's
you.
cheating.
We would like to.
It's community based.
We'd like to add one to the team because I do not have the tenacity to learn film
That's a good word.
making. Yeah, I know. I looked it up. I looked it up this morning and said I'm going to use that word today.
I know
words. I know words.
I know fucking words. Don't ask me to spell, but I can know.
I'm the best at words. I use the best
I
words.
use the biggest
words. The biggest words.
The huge words. What else can I do for a skill? I'm trying to do multiple ones in a week because I can just fuck them up. Yeah, your whole hair's fucked. dude.
God,
Your
fuck
Your
whole
whole
hair's
hair. No, you look
Your
fine,
whole-
man.
No,
Doing
it's-
that poetry
you
got
have,
me
like-
all fucking self-conscious.
Jesus, you fucking pussy.
No.
I'm just kidding. He said
As you call him a pussy.
when he first
I
said,
wouldn't be
so
friends if
self-conscious,
that
you
wasn't
fucking pussy.
the
God.
reinforcement that I got from this guy.
when he first told me like today, I was like, "How'd the poetry go?" He goes, "Yeah, it got really dark." He's like, "I kept trying to make it like lighthearted," and I said, "Oh yeah, but every time it just ended with you sucking dicks." And he goes, "Fuck you too."
Fuck you.
Here I am, opening my heart
Yeah.
through words. It's like,
Opening his heart.
Sucking dicks?
I didn't know your heart
No.
was in your butthole.
Apparently.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
nobody can see your
The,
face.
the,
Walker.
the logic behind that means that he's sucking dick through his butthole. So
He's sucking
you,
them in.
got to look at the logistics here, Jake. God damn it. All right.
No, what else? I'm gonna. You know what else would be really fun?
No, tell us.
I want to learn how to do impressions. I want to be an impressionist,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna present like, I don't know. I'll do 5 on the podcast.
You should impersonate a guy with a decent podcast.
Too bad you're on the podcast too, you shithead.
Yeah, I'm self-sabotaging like
Yeah,
that.
I think that's another one that I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for sure.
learn some I'm gonna do some impressions, practice them, and I'm gonna do like 5 on the episode next.
Oh,
week.
yeah.
All right, who you gonna?
I don't know.
impersonate?
I gotta
You'll
look
figure it
them
out.
up. I'm gonna impersonate a police officer and pull people over.
Hey,
That'll be fun.
Go to jail.
Right.
We are no way affiliated with Chick Sections here.
Yeah, no.
Too bad this is my fucking podcast. You are 100% affiliated. No, so yeah, that's another skill I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be the fun skill.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down.
sounds
Let's
like
do
fun.
it.
Cool. Right on.
And then I'm gonna get a comedy act together, and I'm gonna tour the world.
You know,
Tour of the world.
stand-up would actually be like really fun. But
I know. I just don't have the balls. I don't have the
don't know.
balls to do stand up. I can't sit down and write a skit. Everything's funny, but it's only funny when I'm fucking talking to people about it. I can't,
Yeah.
Or like, you know, it's not.
just about
I can't
rhythm.
Do like
It's
storytelling.
Yeah, it's riff
Yeah.
material.
Yeah,
You
I
got to be
can't-
able
I
to
can't do
fucking go back
storytelling.
and forth.
If we could go up on stage, the 3 of us,
Yeah.
and go up there, then I could be funny on
It
there.
almost
Yeah, we
reminds
could
me
do
of
that.
like a,
There was the 2 brothers that go on all
Yeah.
the time.
but it's like a panel show.
2
I
brothers.
can't hear 2 brothers without hearing.
But yeah, it's like a panel.
Yeah.
To where like a bunch of people are just watching a bunch of people up on stage
okay,
just
con.
dick around.
Well, that's why we need to be able to do a live podcast
Yeah.
so that we can just riff on stage.
that'd be
God,
fun.
how bad that'll be.
We could just set up a set that looks like this, and then
Just
put it on the
this.
stage.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, and then we just like interact with the crowd.
You
And
can
then
find
we'll-
somebody
and then
that's
we'll
good with
reveal it-
cardboard cutouts.
We'll reveal
That's
at
about
the
our
end of the
budget right
episode
now.
that we're doing it live. We flip the camera around to empty seats.
To empty seats. No, more cardboard cutouts.
And then we're all just sitting there like, I thought you were supposed to promote it. No, I thought that was your job
God,
this week.
fuck.
God damn
Just
it.
tumbleweeds rolling by.
What happened to all the flyers?
The janitor's like sitting there mopping, and you just hear him laugh every once in a while.
Just like a grunt. Like,
Just rolling his eyes.
get these fucking guys out.
God damn
I
it.
just clean up already. I'm fucking over it.
I'm the hell did you guys get in here? Scrambling.
Grab the equipment, let's go.
He's just throwing garbage on stage.
Well,
Wow.
anyways,
Yeah.
what else? What do you guys got to rant about this week? Anything terrible happened to you this week besides life?
No, nothing terrible. I
No,
mean,
everything. My life was
it
good
was
this week.
yeah.
Life was
Honestly,
good.
honestly,
fun
doing the
time. Really
poetry and
good
stuff was a huge because I've never done it before.
Let me ask you, did you cry?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I almost cried when I was reading that. It took a lot. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I was shaking, man.
You were shaking. I
Yeah.
did see that. That was you guys understand. That was a big thing for Drake to do. I was
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'm
think
proud
he
of
was
you,
going
man.
to actually
Seriously.
read it
No,
on,
and that
on
was
camera.
it's
and in front of people.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
that.
I don't see you guys, but it's kind
You
of
see us, you dip.
Yeah, well, I've fucking known you guys forever, so like
Yeah, that's the people you don't want to reveal that shit to.
that's the people I
usually.
need to reveal that shit to.
Yeah, you need to, but most of the time, those are the ones you're most nervous to. You could reveal shit. If I had to tell, all right, let's say I was a murderer.
I don't know if this is the
Let's say I was a
same
murderer. I would
This is
I would
all
feel much,
hypothetical.
I would
Yeah.
feel much safer.
Let's say
revealing
there's
it.
a house out in the middle of nowhere, address blank.
I would feel much safer revealing that to a stranger than I would a loved one or somebody I know.
I
the
wouldn't
same
feel
with
safe
poetry.
revealing that I'm a murderer
Yeah,
to
at all.
anybody.
Yeah, that's something
I
you
know.
should.
Because then
What
I would
about
have to
your
lock and
victims?
key.
because then I would have to continue murdering them.
Yeah.
What about
No
your
witnesses.
Oh God.
What about your victims? Fuck it.
Well,
All right,
is this
murderer
before, is
wasn't
this
a good-
before or
No,
after
it
you
wasn't
murdered
a
them?
good
wasn't
analogy.
Fine. Let's say I am an alcoholic. I would feel much better revealing that to a stranger. Like, hey,
Okay,
I'm a
yeah,
fucking
good reference,
alcoholic,
yeah.
rather than to you guys because you
Right.
guys know me. So
Yeah.
for the same thing for
But
poetry,
you
like,
can
you're
get
revealing the
actual
deepest parts of your
support.
soul.
Yeah, you can get actual support from people that know you versus
Yeah, but you
a
can
stranger
get support
you're
from
never,
strangers.
You're never gonna see again.
Listen, have you ever seen Anger Management? They were strangers. and
Yeah, the
then
movie.
They ended up helping each
Yeah,
other.
it was great.
They ended up helping each other.
You mean that one with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, the completely
Adam
fictional tale.
Sandler. We talk about how smart Adam Sandler was.
Yeah,
for
he's
doing
a
the way, what
fucking
he did.
G, dude.
What do you mean?
He left Hollywood and because he got Netflix to sign
Yeah.
a 10-movie deal with him.
Oh,
and
shit.
he's
Dude.
like, fuck it, it's my production company.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad the movies are or how good they are. They're going straight to Netflix. I know I'm getting the budget for these films.
Yeah.
He's able to create all the movies he wants
Yeah.
through
They're
his
all pet
production company.
projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's like, what else do I have to prove in my
Dude.
career? Fuck it.
How many movies has he done so far with
Like
Netflix?
4 or 5.
I think they
his
just put out 5.
His last one that's coming out now is Uncut Gems.
Yeah, that one
I don't-
actually
I
looks
don't know-
really
yeah, that
cool.
looks fucking weird.
Yeah, that one actually. I saw the
But that one's,
trailer for
I
it.
think that's an A24 film too.
Is it?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't think
God,
that's
they're
his
just doing
production
really
studio.
good shit.
Yeah, they
that's
are. We talked about that last week too.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still need your login because I want to watch Midsummer. So.
Oh yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
got you covered.
See
I'll
that
get that
shit.
for you today.
For sure.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to fucking buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you my information.
But
yeah, no,
I would
definitely-
do that. I would sign a deal with Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Like a 10-movie deal.
Dude,
after
for
my
sure.
career's like, you
fuck
know,
yeah, man.
he did it for how long? He didn't got nothing else to prove. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
No, and like I'll admit, like I'm not a huge fan of the Netflix stuff that came out. Like what was there
The
was
Do-Over.
well the Do-Over wasn't that bad, but like Pixel or whatever the fuck that.
Oh, I never watched
That was
it.
an
arcade one?
That wasn't a Netflix one. That was a Hollywood one.
I think that was a Netflix one.
No,
went-
that was-
went
that went to
That went to
theaters.
theaters.
Oh god.
Yeah, Pixel went to theater.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't him that made that either. His studio is
Gilmore or
not
Happy.
Happy Studio or something like that. What the hell is it? Happy Gilmore Studios or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. I don't know.
Something like that. yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, but some of his.
Don't know the name, but I know what he says.
But that, well, and he did Grown Ups. He did Grown Ups.
Yeah, oh
too.
yeah, those
all,
were
that was just
awesome.
that was him
But
and all of his friends, and they
It
just had a
literally,
fucking
that's
blast.
all of his friends.
Got Shaq on there for the second one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he had a fucking blast doing that. All of
Yeah.
them did, you know.
I don't get me wrong. Like I grew up watching all of his movies. Like
Yeah.
he was the pinnacle of comedy for me. But there was a drop off point. I think it was like after Grown Ups. I was like, you're kind of
Yeah.
getting loose with your shit. And I think
Yeah.
that was the Netflix exclusive
And
ones.
I think he was. I
But-
mean, I just don't think he gave a
Yeah,
shit.
I think Uncut Gems is going to be really good.
Yeah, I hope so.
The Cobbler. Did you guys ever see the Cobbler?
I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I liked it. I thought it was an interesting concept.
It was
So the
interesting.
Cobbler
It was an interesting concept. I just didn't like how it was like. I don't know. It was still really campy. Almost. I wanted it to be a little bit more serious, but
Yeah, it was his first try at it though.
yeah. I mean,
You
that's
know?
fair.
And now he's got Uncut Gems, which is coming out, which I think will be really good. But
Yeah.
so the Cobbler was him. He was a cobbler, so he repaired shoes and everything.
Makes sense.
But every pair of like shoes that came in that he would like fix, he could basically like live that life, like live as that person whose shoes that was. So if they were like business shoes,
Walk a mile in my shoes.
bingo,
Oh, the
bingo,
cobbler.
there it is. So yeah, it was interesting. It was,
Yeah,
you know, it was
that
a
is
good
a really
concept.
cool
It was a cool
concept.
concept for a movie, definitely.
Actually reminds me in some weird way. Do you remember that movie? I can't remember what the actual name of it was, but it was an older movie, and it was more of like not a thriller, but like a suspenseful movie.
Okay.
Where it was like there were people that could pay or had access to other people's lives. So like they would like walk through a door. Okay, so there was like a hallway with a bunch of doors and shit.
Okay.
And they would go into a door, and it would literally be them viewing through someone's eyes.
Whoa.
So they were like sitting and like
interesting.
watching this world go around.
So it's like they're plugging into like an avatar of some
Essentially,
sort.
but like they're not interacting, they're not doing anything to change anything. Like
They're
they
just
can't
looking
manipulate
at
it.
the
They're literally
life.
just watching what this person's doing through their eyes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it almost reminded me of the Black Mirror, how like that
Oh,
one
like-
episode with like
yeah.
the wife,
Yeah.
or whatever, like in the guy's head.
Yeah, and then he
And,
put
like-
her into a teddy bear.
Yeah,
That was fucked.
super
that
fucked
show was
up.
fucked. That
I
show
like the
is
full
so
circle
good.
of that season though.
Yeah,
where it's like
that
she's
show
the
is-
daughter, and she's got that. Oh,
Yep.
it's so badass.
That show is so fucked, but it's so good. Last
Yeah.
season kind of fell off a little bit on a couple of the episodes.
I didn't even catch it. I've seen one from the last season.
Miley Cyrus
yeah.
one was interesting. It was an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I
They
will
just
say
needed
though,
somebody big to come into the show. I
yeah,
think,
like
but-
revitalize.
Yeah.
I think my most satisfying moment, and that's that show so far that I've experienced, was calling out what the name meant out the gate, like what they were talking about, like the actual meaning of Black Mirror.
oh
Like the
yeah,
concept for
yeah.
that name. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's
They
fucking
made that
nailed
call
it.
out. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
dope. And then what other thing made a reference to Black Mirror? Something else made a reference to Black Mirror like a year later or something. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, whoa.
Well,
It was an interesting one. Interesting way to throw back into that.
well, I know. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Love, Death, and Robots
Makes a call
made
out
a
to it.
reference
Yeah.
to them or something
Maybe
like
that's
that.
maybe that's what I was thinking, is that they were making
Which
a reference. or
that was an
something.
interesting show as well.
Oh,
With
I'm
Oh,
so
the anthology?
excited. Oh,
Season 2,
Season 2's
dude.
coming out. Can't
Oh,
wait.
really? Oh, no shit. When's that coming out?
Next year, early next year. I think.
Dude, I don't care that
Yeah.
when, like, as long
Yeah,
as it's
as long as
coming
it's
out.
coming
dude.
out. Yeah, seriously.
True that.
Like,
Oh my
I have
God.
such high hopes for this. I really hope that they capitalize on some of those storylines, or like the story bits that you get in some of the episodes, because they're just so
They're just gonna do.
fucking
They're
good.
just gonna do whole new anthologies. They're not gonna go back. They're just gonna go whole new ones. The whole point of the show is to highlight.
I know.
You
I
know,
know.
independent filmmakers. And
I know.
how good they can. How good of a job they can do
Yeah,
in
that's
such a
true.
short time.
I need to look up who made episode 1, because episode 1.
Oh, the
was
vampire thing?
No.
No, the
What is it?
they're the
It's
fighting.
yeah, it's
they
like
go into the monsters.
What was
Oh,
her-
that was
Right,
episode
it's
one? I
Trill
thought that was
Secret or something like that.
Yeah, that was that's episode 1.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
very
I
first.
thought the
episode.
vampire one was the first
No,
one.
where
The
like they
Dracula one?
hunt Dracula.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
That was,
but
yeah,
like,
that was interesting.
yeah, no.
I thought the robots one was.
Yeah,
my
oh,
favorite.
Yeah, that was a good
Dude.
one too. That,
Yeah,
I like that
loved
one a
it.
lot.
yeah.
Or the day the Jello left us, or the day
Oh,
the pudding.
Oh, the pudding?
The
Oh, the
yogurt.
yogurt.
The yogurt, yeah, the day the yogurt left us. Oh, so
I just
good.
love that.
It was like
narrator,
8
dude.
minutes, and
Yeah.
it was done. I was like,
I was
what
like,
the
what
fuck?
the fuck just happened
Like
here?
the animation mixed with the narrator, and like how in the beginning, like they're just talking about how ridiculous it was that they had this sentient yogurt, and then at the end he's like, "They're leaving us alone. Will they ever come back?"
What do we do now?
Genuinely concerned about the existence of their.
So good. I also noticed this week. What was I watching? I was like, I don't know if they were movie trailers or what. No, it wasn't movie. What the hell was it? Maybe it was movie trailers. But they used whoever the voiceover was. I watched like 10 different things. I think maybe it was for games. It was the same voice.
Yeah.
For all of them, and I was thinking to myself, like, one, who is this guy? Two, how much money is this guy making from just doing commercial voiceovers? Like, because he's the only person I've ever heard
Yeah.
do these. And I'm like, man, this guy's got to make some serious fucking dough.
Yeah,
because
that's
the
probably true.
he's like the most infamous like voice in any movie,
Yeah.
in any like video game trailer and everything. Like, I don't know who it is, but I'm like, God damn it, this guy.
Yeah,
is
even
in
if he got
everything.
paid like $100 per commercial, it'd still be fucking
my
crazy
God.
amounts
He's
of
still
money.
making
yeah.
a shitload
Oh, yeah,
of money.
yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
In a world.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's like the world, like the what's his name? He's like the world's most used extra. And he's this curly haired, like red curly haired, dorky looking dude. Can't remember his name.
What?
But now I find him in everything.
Everything.
I find him in everything. If I watch a show, he's in it. I pretty much have seen him.
red curly
He's in
haired.
Superbad.
Yeah.
He's never played a major part. He's
Wait,
been
kind of
a
chubby or
part-
redhead guy?
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly
He's
what
got
you're talking
glasses,
about.
got really rosy cheeks.
What the fuck?
I don't know his name. I have him on Instagram because I think it's hilarious. But he works in so much shit, and he's just an extra.
Yeah.
He's maybe had he's had some talking lines. He's had some like bigger parts in movies and shit, but never. I don't think I've ever seen him as like a major role in a part.
That's funny.
And it's just so funny because I'm like, this guy's just making a killing. You know what most people are doing as a side gig hobby. This guy's just out there in LA just
killing it.
You know,
Yeah.
he knows everybody. You know,
Yeah.
he's worked with everybody. He's infamous. He's basically a celebrity in his own right because of how much he's been in it. It's just like, that's.
I'm sure
you know,
he
it's
could
good
fucking
for him.
badass.
This
He could
guy's
probably get a
killing it.
lead role if he wants to.
Yeah,
honestly.
I can
yeah.
guarantee the guy. He should get a lead role as an extra in Hollywood, like being an extra in Hollywood.
So you're saying that there should be like a TV show talking about like the back end part of being in Hollywood?
There is a TV show about that.
What-
It's Ricky Gervais that made it
Yeah.
too. It's literally called Extras.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's about him and a couple other people playing extras.
Oh, no
in a
shit.
TV
Oh
show.
my God.
It's an old show, but it's fucking gold. The one part he's working with Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller's the director. And Ben Stiller's just going off like, I have a major Hollywood hit movie. All right. Did you ever seen what was the one, Mary?
What About Mary?
What About Mary?
Yeah.
I created What About Mary? That movie. How many awards did that movie win? How many awards have you ever won? Fuck you. This is my movie. And it's just going off. And I was just dying. But yeah, it's called Extras. It's
Yeah.
I'll
it's
check that
really
out. That sounds
It's
interesting.
really like low end budgeted like filming. You can
Oh,
or it's older.
I kind of like those kind of movies,
Yeah,
anyways.
it's
so
a
that's
TV show,
perfect. Yeah.
and it just
Oh,
rolls
yeah.
through
Yeah.
them like and it's good. It's a
There
good
was
show.
there was another
Interesting.
one. Speaking of our Gervais, there was another one that was kind of like that. It was for voice actors, and
Oh,
it was
really?
like it was kind of on the same end of it, where it was like obviously it's over the top and everything else, but it follows this handful of like good and bad guy like voice actors.
Oh, okay.
So they read off these lines and they narrate stuff, but it's in like it's British humor. So like one of the guys, there's like a main rivalry between like the two best voice actors.
Oh god.
And they're totally over the top, like almost like theater-esque guys, you know.
Okay.
Like the one dude has like a white stripe in his hair, and he's like he's like early 30s, like just like
nice.
over the top shit, you know. And it's so funny when they run into each other. It's like, goddamn toast, because the guy's last name is Toast. Motherfucking Toast.
Oh, that's so good.
Like
man.
Can you imagine listening to a battle of the two
Of voice
voiceover
actors?
actors?
Holy
Oh my
shit, that'd
god.
be fucking
You
hilarious.
know who I would love to hear go back and forth, just like on friendly banter.
Who?
Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman.
That would be
Michael
a good one.
Caine.
What the fuck are their names? They're like best friends. The dude from I'm gonna get so much flack from this.
In a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they aren't gay.
It's the guy who played Gandalf, and then
Oh, Ian McKellen, and Patrick Stewart.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to hear them like even just like write a raunchy paragraph for both of them to say back and forth to each other, and then just have them do that.
Have
but
you
like
ever
in their
watched,
natural.
Have you ever watched? There's a skit. I don't know who does it. I think it's a radio station that does it or something. But they take two guys and they do like two, whether they've done movies together or like a new album came out that they're both in collaboration with, and they have to do like really bad like raunchy
Insult?
jokes
Yeah.
and insults, and the first one to laugh loses basically.
I think I saw one with Marky Mark and Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. For
Oh, was that for
Cop Out or for not
Step
Cop Out,
Brothers? Or not Step
no,
Brothers,
Cop Out. What's the cop one that they were in? Bad or the other guys?
The other guys.
The
Oh,
other
I was
guys.
thinking of Daddy's Home or whatever that is. the
Oh,
newer one.
yeah, Daddy's Home. They might have done one for that too, but I think they did one for the other guys. Oh god, those guys work really
Yeah.
well together, which is weird, but they work so well together. Like,
Yeah, that's a weird couple.
yeah,
honestly.
it's a weird combination of people, but it's so good. And same with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. Like,
Oh,
those guys,
yeah.
they did Get Hard.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
fucking-
I
that
forgot
was
about that.
hilarious.
Hilarious. I loved that. So.
I kind of have a feeling that Kevin Hart just works well with everybody. He just seems like
Same
super
with Will
cheerful.
Ferrell. I think
Yeah.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Ferrell can play off of anybody. Like, 'cause people say Will Ferrell, like when The Office brought Will Ferrell in, it sucked. It's like you're wrong. Like, think of that point in Will Ferrell's career.
Yeah.
Like he was the top of the.
Oh yeah,
total.
he was
Like, it
in
was a
literally
huge
every
score
comedy
getting
movie.
It
in
was
there.
huge to bring him in.
Yeah.
back then.
I was so disappointed in the Sherlock Holmes movie that he did with.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
watch it.
don't-
with him.
I
And,
knew it was
him
going to be.
and, John C. Riley.
Yeah, John C.
Yeah.
Reilly.
I love
just
both of
couldn't-
them.
I couldn't
but,
even
like,
finish it. I was
I
like, man, this is
love.
Wow, really?
awful.
Yeah, I love that story, and like I grew up reading the books.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Oh, Sherlock Holmes
I
and
can't
such?
watch this.
Okay.
I even
Well, it's supposed to be.
It's a
supposed to be
comedy.
total
Yeah, but
playhouse
it was
of
just so campy, and it's just like, all right, this is getting old so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Like,
I even had I'm so biased towards those stories
Yeah.
and stuff that like I almost couldn't watch the TV show.
Oh, Sherlock.
What?
Yeah,
with
with,
Benedict Cucumber Quat.
Cucumber Quat, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, with Cumberbatch and
He did such a phenomenal job.
Benedict-
as
and then,
Sherlock.
was that
Benadryl
Lucy
Cucumber
Liu?
Patch.
Huh?
wasn't Lucy Liu the she was Watson, wasn't she?
No.
Oh, well, you might be thinking of a different Sherlock
Really?
Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Sherlock-
different Sherlock.
Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch.
No.
Cumberbatch has
That's not. I don't think that's the one I'm talking
Okay,
about. It was
yeah,
it was a
that's-
TV
this
show
is
on
a
like
BBC.
FX.
No, this is the
Oh,
BBC
that's totally
Sherlock
different. Yeah, we're
Holmes.
talking about BBC.
I was like,
Sherlock.
Benedict did an amazing job. As
Oh,
Sherlock.
yeah.
He was phenomenal. Him and who played Watson in that? It was,
It's
he played in.
Bilbo Baggins.
Yes,
was,
he played Bilbo. What the hell was his name?
Oh yeah, the fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of his extras and like the
Or-
bloopers
What
and stuff.
the fuck
He's
is that?
like, What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I need to find his
I
name.
think they
'cause it's
did a
gonna
really
bug me.
good job in
hold
that
on.
one.
I think is there another season supposed to be coming out
Yeah,
for that?
it's every season they've made is like fucking 5 years apart, and it's bullshit.
I know, but
hate it.
it's such a
Yeah.
fantastic show that I don't
and
even
then
mind.
Here's what pissed me off. They came out with season 3, right? And I was
Oh,
like,
Elementary is the name of that
oh,
show.
yeah,
yeah.
I didn't watch
yeah,
that.
Yeah, that was that was Jude Law and Lucy Liu.
Yeah, which
It's
I like.
funny
Or
'cause
no,
Jude-
not Jude Law.
I love Jude Law.
He was in a different Sherlock.
Johnny Lee Miller, I think, was the
I don't
lead
know who that
actor.
one is. But what I hated about Sherlock is they came out with season 3, and I was so amped because it was supposed to be. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
him. Okay,
Or
he's in.
ABC or
Isn't he?
CBS.
Isn't he in? New Girl, right?
Yes.
Isn't he one of the roommates in New Girl?
I think maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Potentially,
Looked
yeah.
like him. But they came out with season 3 of Sherlock, and it was super cool because it was supposed to be the big debate between, not debate, but the big
Battle
between him
Moriarty and
yes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. 3 episodes. That's all they gave us. 3
Yeah.
fucking hour-long episodes.
Yep.
It's like, you bitches.
Son of a bitch.
Give me more.
Oh, it was Martin Freeman that plays.
Martin Freeman,
Yeah, Martin
yeah.
Freeman plays
Watson.
Watson. Which
Good
Martin
man.
Freeman's a fucking fantastic
Yeah,
actor
he's
as well.
fucking-
His American accent's actually really well done. Like
Yeah.
he was in Black Panther, and he did a kick-ass job.
because he's Scottish, isn't he?
I believe so.
I want to know like how long it takes for them to learn that.
He's from
because-
Aldershot, which is
Aldershot,
UK.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was on like Chicago, not so much Med, but on Fire,
Mm-hmm.
like, I was sitting there with like the main cast and before they were getting ready to shoot, so they were just kind of talking and shooting the shit and
Yeah.
everything, and their accents are so fucking thick
Mm-hmm.
that I don't understand how the second the camera starts, like, it's off. Like they're it's
I'm sure
you know,
that's
they go
fucking
straight
practice,
to.
practice.
I'm just wondering like how much work it takes to be able to lose an accent. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I'm sure it's not all
because
completely lost.
Dude, the black guy in that show,
Mm-hmm.
the main chief in the show, I can't remember his name, but he's in a couple things. That guy has a super thick accent, but you will not hear a lick of it when he's on camera.
Yeah.
Not a single bit of it when he's on camera. And I don't, like, obviously he's been doing it a long time, so I
Right,
get
right.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's like an Australian guy on there, and he doesn't have an accent.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, Australian accents are thick, very noticeable in the United States,
Yeah.
and like you don't hear it. And I'm like, man, that takes some work.
Somebody that has really good accents actually is Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
So the guy that played Black Panther. So he played. Who was it?
Like I feel like I could do a decent British accent, but like I would need to like work on it more
Yeah,
to get it
get
nailed
confident
down.
and-
But like these guys just nail it.
He played James Brown in a movie like a couple years ago, and he just mastered his voice and his movements and shit.
Really cool.
You couldn't even tell that it wasn't James Brown. Honestly, I'm gonna see if I can find.
Did you ever see Jim Carrey do his mimic of Jack Nicholson?
Oh
The
yeah, from The Shining. That was
You ever see
dude.
that?
At first, I thought that was a deep fake.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. That
So
was.
so Jim Carrey did a reenactment.
Oh yeah, where
of-
he moves his face around, right? Like he's doing like
no,
weird.
he did. No,
He does the whole scene.
He did an entire scene of Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Yeah.
Literally.
What?
I'm not
It's
kidding.
crazy.
He did. They showed the top clip of Jim Carrey. The bottom clip was Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
He did a literal
One-to-one.
verbatim
Yeah.
rendition of exact movements, facial movements,
Dude.
body movements, everything. It
That's-
was exact to Jack Nicholson.
That's crazy.
like I
if
thought
that-
it was fake. I
that's-
thought it was fake.
That's literally if that doesn't preach to his method acting. Like when I first watched it, I was like, "This is a fucking deep fake."
Yeah.
Where they slap a face on
Yeah,
the
they
person.
just kind
Yeah.
of mix the face
Dude,
in.
nope,
Yeah.
real as shit.
That
dude.
is
It was
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was. We'll show you afterwards.
show me.
'cause
I'm
it
curious
is
about that.
But also, like
unbelievable.
Jim Carrey. Also, I mean, look at him play
Andy.
Andy. What the hell was his last name? Andy. He was on SNL.
Andy Samberg?
No. He played. It was way long ago. He was a really fucked up comedian.
Yeah.
He kind of had a really messed up life. Andy.
Really?
God damn it! What is his name? Yeah, somebody look that up.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, my mom told me, she's like, you guys need somebody in the background that like looks all your info up so that you can do this research.
Yeah,
So
Jamie.
She's
Yeah.
like, so I can stop yelling at the radio every morning to give you the answer. And I was like, no, that's the fun part is you guys get to know.
Chadwick Boseman playing James Brown.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he looks just like
he
him.
looks really good.
Check that shit out.
Oh man.
He looks literally
What's the name of the
identical.
movie?
It's called Get On Up.
Get on up, get up.
Get on up.
But
Fucking fantastic.
yeah,
movie, too.
anyway, so he plays, I can't remember his last name, but he plays this Andy character. And so the cool part was they made a movie, and it was literally him playing Andy, and it was a biopic of his life, right?
Okay.
And then they came out with a movie later on, like just a year ago now. This is way later.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
And then
okay. Yeah.
They made a movie called Being Andy. And it was literally
Jim Carrey doing that,
bi-
right?
So Jim Carrey did the original reenactment
Yeah.
for the biopic.
Okay.
And then they came out with Being Andy, which was showing Jim Carrey's method of becoming Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
And like how it really, like, man,
Because I know they
literally
do.
the epitome of method acting for that
Dude.
guy.
Because
Really
he
cool.
like
He-
he,
off
he was
camera.
going he
Off
was
camera.
going into great detail because they added clips of him like nowadays
Yeah.
before he had like that existential realization where he was like
Yeah.
being
that-
very philosophical and everything, which I'm really
Which
glad
I'm
that
cool
he
with.
hit that
Like,
stage. Yeah.
everybody thinks he went crazy. I think
No,
he just
dude, that was-
fucking-
that was
he
a
just
beautiful
lifted
transition.
He just lifted
Yeah.
the blinds from
Yeah.
Hollywood and went, yeah, no, fuck this. Like, I'm a person, you're a person. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Why
Yeah.
do you give a shit what I'm wearing
Yeah.
on the red carpet? None of us fucking
Yeah.
care.
Dude.
None of it. This
And-
is a publicity stunt. So
Exactly.
fuck yeah, dude.
And like they had testimony from him, and he was like, "Yeah, it was really tough putting Andy away. Like
Yeah.
he'd always refer to those characters or those people
Yeah.
as
Like him
Like, a
literally
piece of
having to
himself.
put that away.
That is so
Yeah.
Like
interesting.
that's a part of his mind that
Yeah.
like he can bring back forever
it's,
now.
it's
Like,
crazy.
there.
It was
It's-
so fucking cool.
It is really cool to see like actors getting so passionate about their jobs that they just dive right into these lives.
Yeah.
of other
Yeah,
people.
until
And
it
it's just-
happens to the point where Heath Ledger.
And that's what I was gonna say. It's
Yeah.
like it's so weird to see though because like you see people diving way too far that they can't come
Yeah.
back from that, and that's
Yeah.
so
and
scary.
that's
Yeah.
where I wonder what that defining factor between a Jim Carrey and a Heath Ledger is, because we've seen it. That movie proves like Jim Carrey goes off the deep end
Oh, yeah.
to get into these roles
Yeah.
because he wants to play them to a T. I mean, when you think about when he got in, before he got really into Hollywood, he was an impressionist. That's what he did.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how he knew that he could make his money. I mean, he's even said it in interviews, like impressions was how it's what he did. It was
Yeah, it was
over
his
the top
notoriety,
impression.
yeah.
So like that's how he evolved into his career, and it's like, what was the defining factor between him being able to do it and then Heath Ledger not being able to do it? Is it because he started it as an impressionist and he could he knew how
that's
he learned,
interesting, though,
He
because
knew how to
did he
come down
mentally
off of
teach
it?
himself how to come down and put that away?
That could
And
be-
Heath Ledger only did it for method acting, especially for
'Cause-
the Joker role.
Yeah, because he just dove right into
Yeah,
that.
because like you
so-
think like what is that? A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
What was the method acting behind that? There really, I mean, it
There
was.
isn't.
You could, I guess he could have, but
He's a
like,
farm boy.
Yeah, for the most part, he's
Well, no,
playing
he was
that
a-
role.
He was
Yeah.
a farrier, wasn't he?
No, he was. I don't know what he was.
It's been a long time
Was
since
it
I've seen that movie.
blacksmith? No, it wasn't
No,
a blacksmith.
he worked for a blacksmith, I think.
He was he
Something
was
like
an
that.
apprentice.
Yeah, but just to see like, is it because Jim Carrey had done it for so long, he knew how to put it away or knows how to put it away, and Heath Ledger just went so far and didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just interesting. Like wow, that.
And I kind of
Crazy
told
shit,
him that's got to take on your mind.
All
Dude,
for,
like the
all
psychosis
for what? An award to be? I mean,
I-
Heath Ledger will be memorized
And
forever
millions of dollars.
he'll be immortalized forever for that role as
Yeah.
the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
we'll forever see him as one of the best Jokers to ever play that role.
Yeah, definitely.
So, if that was his intention, then cool. But was
I'd
it
rather
worth it?
have
Well,
the
I
actor
mean-
than a
Was it?
character.
Yeah, I would much rather still have Heath Ledger here.
Well,
I mean, imagine the movies that could come out.
Heath Ledger kind of like he shaped the zeitgeist of all the new upcoming superhero
Oh, for
movies as
sure,
well. I
for
mean,
sure.
like there's no coming back from where he led us on to.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that's something that's really kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it's overlooked now because it's been a long time, but it's like people still respect that role. Like
Oh my god, yeah, it's
So-
referenced
And
constantly.
but
yeah.
then why? So you look at Jared Leto played the role too, and I think he's probably one of the most hated Jokers at this point by most.
See,
people.
that's not his fault
But it's
though,
like-
because he does the same thing where he just dives right into
But-
roles. But it's because of crappy writing.
right.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Because
But
him
did
and
he-
Mr. Nobody,
Yeah.
like that was incredible.
insane
That was an
movie.
incredible
Yeah.
fucking movie. Like
But
I remember
did
first time
he-
watching, it, I got chills.
Yeah.
Did he roll? Here's my thing though. Like Heath Ledger we didn't know that he was method acting so hard into that role until way after.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't find out till way after. Like, hey, this guy put himself basically into a depressive state to play this role.
Yeah.
Jared Leto's was out the whole fucking time, so it almost seemed
He was almost
gimmicky.
like he was advertising.
Yeah,
almost.
it almost seemed gimmicky that he was doing that. So it was like, was it, how much of it was an honest
Because he was
method?
sending like used condoms and stuff to
Yeah,
people, right?
he was,
Like,
he was sending dead rats into his
Yeah.
castmates and
I
stuff,
don't
and it
like
was just
that.
like, are you gimmicking it? And I'm not putting any, Jared Leto's awesome. I'm not putting any.
Yeah.
No,
back,
yeah.
It takes a lot
Music,
to play.
film.
Yeah.
I
I've never
respect
been,
him
I've
as
never
an
been
artist,
a lead
yeah.
role in a fucking movie. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just
What kind of
putting,
pressures come
I'm
with
just
that?
putting it out there. Like, what made that? Was it
Yeah.
just strictly the writing, or was it
Like his process,
See-
or like what how he ended up with that
Yeah,
character.
but also my thing for Suicide Squad is it wasn't meant to be dark.
No.
Suicide Squad is meant to be comicky and gimmicky. That's
Yeah.
the whole point of it.
That's the
So,
point of
like,
Suicide Squad.
You
I
can't
mean,
expect him to play this super dark role and be like a
yeah,
cartoonish
Yeah.
version. The Suicide
The
Squad,
caricature
it's
of
very,
that
it's
fucking
very
character, yeah.
colorful. It's
Yeah.
Dark Knight was not. Dark
I mean,
Knight
even
had no
even
color.
their
It
fucking
was
their
black.
advertisement.
It's the same
Like-
reason that you don't get Leonardo
Bohemian
DiCaprio in roles
Rhapsody?
like this. Like,
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
you don't get actors like that. You don't get Daniel Day-Lewis jumping
No.
into these roles because
Right.
like you're gonna have this great actor that's standing out from everybody else, and that's all the people are gonna pay attention to at that point.
But that's what's
So,
crazy though is
yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix. Like
Yeah.
like I never when I saw that like official release of like Joaquin Phoenix is going to be the next Joker, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Because I'd never imagined him in a role like that.
No.
He fucking killed it.
Yeah,
But
So-
the thing is, the movie's focused on only him, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not focused on a whole bunch of other people and not making him a
Exactly.
side character.
Yeah.
So,
But what name a movie that he's in that's not like semi dark though?
well, that's what I'm saying.
Like he's always been in a semi.
well, no, that's exactly what
But
we're
like
saying.
to
Yeah,
fill
yeah.
boots like that.
Yeah,
To where
that's true.
it's
I
you
mean,
know,
he did walk
that
the line in
motif.
that.
Well,
movie got a
yeah.
little
Yeah,
bit
I mean, like,
there.
what we're trying to say is like when you get like an actor like Joaquin Phoenix or
Yeah.
other similar actors, you want the focus to be on them because they steal the show.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
if you put in an actor like Jared Leto in a show, he's going to do whatever it takes to be the spotlight, even though he's not supposed to be the spotlight
Right,
in a movie.
true,
And that's what I think that's exactly what happened with
Right.
Suicide Squad.
Well, and they definitely like
they're
on a-
coming out with a Joker too, right?
Yeah.
just-
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it got confirmed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
got
perfect.
confirmed.
Super
Nice.
stoked about it.
Yeah. I don't think they have anything written yet, but I think
Yeah.
that it got
Even
Oh,
so,
greenlit.
I'm
it
fucking
got
all
greenlit
about
by
it.
the studio, which is.
I wonder if it's going to be like a Batman and Joker movie, like an early Batman.
I think
thing.
I think they ruin it.
Yeah,
If
I
they
think
do
I
that,
think they'll
ruin
continue
it.
to play off of
I think-
that
yeah,
psychosis
I
and
think
like the
you
development
have
of.
to. You have to. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna start with going, playing so heavily on society, I think you have to.
Stay there.
Yeah.
Do
you
not
have
break
to-
away.
Yeah.
Don't go
you-
with the mythos.
You have to
Stay with the Joker.
really secretively kind of write
Yeah.
it into the not secretively,
Well, do-
but you have to very passively
make
write
make
it
homages.
into
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like
the, write
don't.
it passively into it.
Do you
but
think they're going to keep it like a separate universe the entire time, or like if it keeps being successful, do you think?
I don't think it's
going
going to be separate. I just think that like they have to very passively, when you think most Jokers in Batman movies, you're seeing it from Batman's point of view. You're seeing
Yeah.
it from anybody
bad
else's
guy.
point of view. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to present it in a movie and present Batman into
It
it,
has
you
to
need
stay-
to be from Joker.
Yeah.
You need to stay in his point of view.
That this guy's like an obstacle, or this guy
And what I
becomes
think
the
would be
center
really
of his.
fucking dope is if they continue on the path. So like, let's say him and Batman start getting into
Mm-hmm.
it, right? And he starts doing all this crazy shit. I would love to see what they do is put. The Joker doesn't have a reason why he does what he does. That's
Yeah.
part of the Joker. He's he's psychotic. But I'd love to see like how you almost are going to show empathy to him when he does really fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm. Right, because
So let's say-
even in the movie,
yeah,
like the original one, like when he started breaking down and like
Yeah.
killing people,
You understood almost.
I got it. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude, fuck
So
that
I want
guy.
to see them do that to him continuously, like
Yeah.
where he starts doing bigger things. Like,
Yeah.
let's say do you take the scene like where Joker blows up the hospital,
Right.
But like show it how he only does it when there's really not a whole lot of people there. He's doing
Right.
it as a st- like I
To
wanna
where
show
it
from
just
that point of
creates-
view, where
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, hold on,
And
like,
it's-
Hold
is
up.
this
I would-
guy the bad guy?
Yeah, I would
You know
love
what
to.
I
I
mean?
would love to see how they would twist the perspective of the
Yeah.
viewer to see it on that end.
To show empathy to
to
him
where it's
more.
literally like, okay, I get it. I get why you're doing this. I
Yeah.
get what was wrong here. I get the message that you're trying to send to people, or like, because clearly he's a martyr without being martyred.
But then you want to make them question it and kind of twist
Exactly.
it
'Cause that's-
psychologically at the end of the
That's
film.
what. That's
Yeah.
the entire thing. Is the entire movie is basically building up your understanding for why the Joker is the way that he is.
Or at least even not show empathy, but show the thought process from him as
Yeah.
to why he does it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like in this movie, they showed like how and why he did the things that he did.
Yeah.
Because for the longest part of the movie, it seems like why does he want to do this? Why does he want to do this part? And then you slowly start to get you almost see the brain synapses work for him. Like this is the first point, and then like a bunch of crazy shit happens here that seems like kind of psychotic, but then he gets to this point from it, and you're like, oh wait, now it makes sense. Like all those points that seemed really psychotic are making sense now. Like
Yeah.
when he
Right,
murdered the roommate guy, or not a roommate, his coworker.
Yeah.
Like to me, yeah, it seemed like really off kilter, but it was once you watch to the Murray part, and I'm giving spoilers now because this movie's been out forever, so fuck it.
You've had time.
Like it gives it was like his jump
Yes.
to the other side from Murray. Because
It's
he knew
like
he was
the
going to go
step.
on there,
Yeah.
and he was either going to kill himself or he was going to kill Murray.
'Cause that-
and
yeah,
that
that
was
was
his
like-
Yeah, that
defining
was the
moment.
question,
Can I
yeah.
commit murder? Committed the murder, stayed the way that he was, and he didn't go. He
Didn't kill the
other guy.
little person. Yeah.
In that scene, I wasn't sure if he was going to commit suicide or murder.
I didn't either.
Murray.
I had no
I had
idea.
no idea, to be honest. And it was-
I figured like there wasn't like I can't say like, oh yeah, I fucking knew that he was gonna blow that guy's brains out. But
Right.
like the way that the conversation as it was developing, I was like, he's gonna kill him. He's
See,
gonna fucking
but I
blow
thought-
his brains out.
I kind of figured it would like twist it one more time, and then he would just kill himself in front of everybody.
Because I mean, how
That's because I thought he was going to be a martyr.
they
That's
put
what I
yeah
thought.
they put so much emphasis on him like doing the whole thing and like doing the get up and like even telling him like call me the Joker when
Yeah.
you introduce me and like even that whole thing, him practicing like what the joke that he was gonna say before like leaning back and doing the deed.
Blowing his fucking brains out.
But it's like, I don't know. I just all around like it's just an
was a
amazing
good movie.
An
It was a good
amazing
movie.
movie.
I love how we continuously keep getting onto movie topics every time we're on this fucking
There's
show.
such
too.
good
We like
shit
movies.
though.
I
Don't
love
judge
it.
us.
Okay,
It's
so-
either video games or movies. It seems like almost
Okay,
every time. I
whatever,
love
dude,
it.
like,
it's just like, oh, now you see what our interests are,
Yeah.
and now you know why we would be so good as voiceover actors or on skits because this is all we fucking talk about all the
Just
time.
passive.
This is our lives, literally.
So speaking of like really good shit to stay on topic, Honey Boy.
Yeah,
Dude,
I was gonna bring it
I
up.
finally
He finally
fucking saw
watched
the
the trailer
trailer.
for it.
Oh, that
No,
was
the
the trailer?
trailer.
Oh,
Did you,
yeah.
have you seen the
my
trailer yet?
God.
For
No,
Honey
I haven't,
Boy?
I haven't seen the trailer
Yeah,
yet.
you need to watch the trailer. I'm
Okay.
telling you. So Honey Boy.
Because we talked about this last week, the
Yes,
one with
this
Shia
is
LaBeouf
Shia
talking about his
LaBeouf.
childhood and such.
Plays his dad.
Yeah,
I
that's gonna be
can't wait,
interesting.
dude.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I told you, dude. It is the most existential fucking crisis movie you've
Yeah.
ever witnessed.
I'm stoked. I'm
Like-
stoked for that amount of like emotional trauma I'm gonna get from watching this.
I love that conversation that we had with the people that were on the live chat about
Yeah.
like, do you think that we can play our own
Yeah.
games?
Yeah,
And
that one still fucks me up
I had a
hardcore.
hard time
That one
processing
fucks
that. I
me
was like,
up.
ooh, I don't know if I can
And
even
it's
think about that.
It's super funny that that was like seeing the trailer was like about a day and a half after we did the
Yeah,
live thing.
live.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I could probably do it. It'd be dark. Like I'd have to kind of change up my
Yeah.
perspective a
You have to
little
get
bit.
into
But
method acting.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
could
true.
do
You'd have to
it.
dive right in.
I'd really be upset about shaving my head, but
One of these days, I really want to do that though. I want to that's
Play
gonna
our
be-
dads?
No, that's gonna be a challenge for me. One of these days is I want to like pick a character
Mm-hmm.
and I want to method act that fucking thing. I want to give me like a week or two,
yeah,
and I want to like learn how to, because I think it just tests your abilities. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just want to see how far I can get into a character at some point.
Hmm.
You know, just pick somebody and
if
go.
you're
with it.
leaving like pig heads in our house, I'm like,
No, I'm not saying it doesn't have to be a dark character.
No,
you
no,
don't have
it's-
to method act a dark character.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
will
saying.
immediately return to sender any used condoms that you send
return
me.
to sender.
No, I'll just put no return address. So fuck you.
Oh, perfect, perfect.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to pick, and it doesn't have to be a dark character, but I just want to pick somebody.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm gonna really
be kinda
dive
funny.
into this character.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
Interesting.
fun. I want to do that.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. I just
I want to improve on my skills.
I'd have to go to work.
And then I can
So-
put it on my then I can put it on my acting career.
Because the
Or
first
my
thing
acting
that I
resume.
thought I
if
was
somebody
like,
will pay me to do this, I will definitely do it.
Yeah.
But I am broke.
I'm just gonna add it. I'm just gonna add it to my acting resume because you
There you
put
go.
like special qualifications. So acting resumes are weird. You can't add any like background stuff or anything.
Right.
So when you first start out, like you still have to present a resume
Yeah.
to like bigger. So like I just applied for a movie, right? And they require you to send a resume, and it's an acting resume. So like you give like your height, your weight, your measurements, all
Yeah.
that shit. But then you
Cock
have
size.
to like sort of add cock size. You gotta kind of sort of add like. Not bullshit, but you have to add stuff in there that is not background stuff. But like, it's like I had to add when I was in the play in high school.
Yeah.
Because I was a lead in the play, I added that. Or like I would have to add like if I did something for Velvet. So I had to add that because even
The
though I
sheer
didn't
experience.
it's not a background role because
Yeah.
I'm technically a lead on that.
Oh, right,
So I
right.
have to present that in a really weird way though, and then you do like your special qualifications, so
Yeah.
like impressions, fake fighting, everything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a weird process to when you're starting because you have nothing to play off of, but you still have to present something.
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And they're like, okay, cool, we still need it, even if it's blank, we still need it. Yeah, it's just a weird part of the process for me.
That's cool.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping I get something in this movie, man. It
be
looks like
dope.
a really fucking cool movie. I don't want to say, I can't say anything
Right,
yet,
right.
but like, it looks really fucking funny. And I know every day I look on their Facebook page, they're bringing back some of the old people from the original cast before it got shit canned.
Yeah.
I figured that. I figured a lot of people would hop back on board, but even if I can just get a smaller, more minor role, like I just think it'll be a lot of fun to work.
Oh,
on.
fuck yeah, dude.
I'm excited. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. I think I'm supposed to find out mid-December if I got anything for that
Yeah.
one. But
It'd be fun, man.
Good deal.
hell yeah.
Good
See,
shit. Good
I'll
shit.
just add method.
Just remember us little people when you get famous.
Little people, yeah, whatever. I want to go out to Vegas.
Fuck.
Like,
He's,
what's
yeah.
her name?
Oh yeah.
Go out to Vegas for my screening. You know what I mean? It's fucking wild. What's like that other kid? You know, like the other kid. Is it what the hell's his name? That made Minding the Gap.
Oh.
Is it Bing? What the hell's his name?
Fuck.
So Minding the Gap
Mm-hmm.
is a documentary about the cameraman. It's part of his life too.
Okay.
But it's these 4 skaters that grew up in Rockford.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's about their life. And we know a couple people in
Yeah.
the show.
Like in the actual
And,
movie, we've
Like
yeah,
he
gone to
created
school
this
and
movie. It's it's one of the most beautifully put together documentaries I've ever seen. I mean, it's cinematically this kid is phenomenal,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Puts together these amazing stories about these 4 people and like their story arcs are phenomenal. Fucking Hulu buys the rights to the movie. They
What?
go to the Emmys or the Oscars. They're on the red carpet at the Oscars because he just created this movie about their lives when they were skaters and
Yeah.
like how skating helped.
That is really
And
interesting.
just fucking killed it. And now they're all like, I mean, most of them are just kind of hanging out, but one guy I think got a small skate deal out of it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The other ones are kind of low, but him as a director is now like I'm sure
doing
he's
other
working
projects.
on something
That's
else. again.
awesome.
I mean, it's just awesome to see people like from local do these things where they're just passion projects for them. And then he got what is it? I think they went to Sundance or they went to a smaller festival first.
I think it might have been Sundance.
I think it was a smaller one that he started at. And then went to Sundance, and then Hulu bought the rights before it got presented at Sundance.
Okay,
and then
gotcha.
it went on Hulu. So now it's exclusively on Hulu. But yeah, for
is
those
really
of you that
cool.
haven't seen it, Minding the Gap, go check it out. Especially if you're like, like we grew up like in the skating kind of community life.
I was too clumsy.
Yeah. So it was really cool to watch that. But yeah, I like seeing small passion projects become a big thing.
I think that there needs to be kind of a drawback into
Indies,
presenting more local
smaller studio
projects
films.
and such. Yeah, I think that that's something that gets overlooked way too often.
That's why I like A24 because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're independent. They have like 100
Total respect for that
employees.
studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done with the Marvels. I'm done with the remakes of the. Can we stop with fucking remakes? I'm over.
Yeah.
I'm over remakes.
Yeah,
Like we have no originality left in Hollywood, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
And I know why. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, China bought up all the studios. They have the biggest population of people that go and watch the movies, and
Yeah.
it makes sense. Look at The Rock. Look at Kevin Hart. There's The Rock especially. The reason he's doing these big, booming, fucking cheesy movies is because that's what's a hit in China, and
Yeah.
that's who's funding these studios now, and that's who the biggest audiences come from.
Yeah.
now.
No.
And they've learned that. and
Nobody
it's
in
a smart
America
move.
asked for a Rampage movie.
No, but
Yeah,
but
no.
China. But it
Or
was
that
one of the.
skyscraper one.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's
it
like
made like
missing a leg.
$51 billion in China or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like why they're doing it. It's a smart move, but like
Yeah.
I want to go back to like smaller studios.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
the almost indie-esque kind of
Right,
stuff, like
right.
A24, like your what was their name? The guys that created Super Trooper, something Monkey. Was it Bad Monkey Studios or something like that?
Something like
Monkey?
that. Yeah.
Yes, okay. But yeah, they create some great ones too.
Yeah.
Some really fun. They do Tacoma FD for or for FX, and I think that's a good show too.
Yeah.
It's funny to see Farva as
I
a
know.
chief, but
I know.
it's a good show. So yeah, I just want to see the small studios come back. I think
Definitely.
it's more fun.
Yeah.
Brings back the originality.
No, for sure.
I'm just tired of like everybody making these movies for people that they think are going to enjoy it, and then like
For
Stop
specific
giving me
demographics,
live action bullshit
I
of
won't-
animated movies. I don't need it. I don't need it in my life.
I don't want to get political by any means, but there's also this. So the new Charlie's Angels movie just came out recently.
I heard it flopped.
Yeah,
like
Yeah, just like
hardcore.
Ghostbusters.
It flopped.
flopped.
It flopped hard, but then it was blamed on the male population not wanting to go see this movie, and then so I was like, okay, well, hold on a second. The female population didn't go see it either.
Yeah.
Like it's just because it was an ass movie. Like it was not.
It was a
good
terrible
yeah.
movie.
And I'm sorry to say
they're
that.
trying
but,
to
like, it's
appeal
like,
to an audience that they think is there. That's not there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not there.
But then you can't blame that on like one crowd. It's just like you're not making the content because it's another remake, and we're so fatigued from
Yeah.
remakes.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Like nobody sees these things anymore.
Then, in
So,
all honesty,
yeah.
man, the only reason why I saw the original Charlie's Angels because I wanted to see how what was it? Bill Murray played what's his face?
Charlie or
Charlie.
yeah.
Oh, really? I
That
didn't
was
know he
it.
Played, I didn't know he was in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was Charlie.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't Bernie Mac Charlie for one of them too?
I think he
Or-
might have been.
Yeah, I can't remember. But
I never got into. I never watched it or anything like that. I kind of
Right.
knew what it was
But
about.
that's exactly the thing, though. Is like not that many people our age were into that
Right.
movie franchise.
That's
like,
true, yeah.
And it was kind of even then it was kind of targeted to an older audiences because it was a callback to a different Charlie's Angels from back in like the 60s.
Yeah, it was
Right.
like a remake
So-
of a remake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think they're like.
Like,
I
But
don't
he was
know.
in Charlie's
We're-
Angels 2.
we're doing remakes upon remakes upon remakes of the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
story, and nobody wants that anymore.
I
It's
just don't
so
understand. Yeah, I
annoying.
just don't understand like why, like where. I don't know who's
Oh,
coming
no,
up.
he
with
was
the,
Bosley. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay. I just don't know who's coming up with like who's making these ideas like
Who's
this is
greenlighting
what
them?
yeah,
Yeah.
this is-
Who's
well,
funding
I mean,
these?
Here's the thing: Warner Bros can fucking greenlight anything. They're gonna
Yeah.
greenlight a bunch of shit,
Yeah.
and they're gonna say yeah, if it flops, so what? We greenlighted it for what $500,000. That's
Yeah.
no big deal. What we need is people like Kevin Smith. And people shit on
Dude.
him for that movie Tusk, but that was one of the most
It was
creative,
fantastic.
fucking weird movies I've ever seen.
I don't think I've seen Tusk.
Watch
It's
it.
with
Fucking watch it.
What is his name? He was in Accepted. He was the lead in Accepted.
Oh, Jason something.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he plays
I'll
one
be
of the lead
Jamie today.
roles,
Thank you.
and it's like the weirdest fucking movie.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
very,
it's pretty.
very
It's
out
pretty
there.
intense. Yeah.
It's very out there, but it's fucking wild. Think this is gonna be a fucked up way, but think like the Centipede,
Oh God.
but like without
Justin Long.
Justin Long, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Centipede, but without like the really gross.
Yeah,
kinda
without-
ass to
without
mouth
the
kinda
ass to
shit.
mouth,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's still like in that same retrospect, and that's a Kevin Smith film, and Kevin
Really?
Smith fucking kills it with these movies. Dude.
Harley Morenstein was in that.
Yeah,
I totally forgot
Yeah.
that he was in that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Speaking of Epic Mealtime,
Yeah.
Harley
Oh, he was in
Weinstein
that?
shit. Yeah, and it's a Canadian. It's a bunch of Canadian dudes that are in
Yeah.
that movie. I think Justin Long's Canadian too, but
I believe so.
but like Kevin Smith, bring out his studio.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, I'm
movies,
familiar
dude.
with him.
Like bring those movies out.
Yeah,
Those
he's-
fucking eclectic, weird movies. Bring those back.
Yeah.
I don't need.
If I ever
remake
become an
bullshit.
investor, I'm gonna invest into some indie film studios. I think
Dude.
that'd be an
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
All right, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine. Give me the money. Give me the teamwork. Give me the team, and we'll make some fucking crazy movies.
Let's do it, man.
I'm down. It's just shit. Look at the scripts we just wrote up.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
Hey,
Hilarious.
I'm getting into this horror genre this week, so I'm gonna see if I can write
There we
something
go.
good.
Hey,
So
man.
we'll write another
Yeah.
one.
Got options.
The hardest part about that is world building. You gotta create the
you gotta
environment
create the
first, and then you
environment.
gotta put the people in it.
Man, I used to be so good at writing too. I remember
Yeah.
in like middle school we had to write a book, and we did it for like a whole year. Like you had to write this book. I fucking loved that. Like I used to be so good at short stories, and then something happened. I don't know, high school, women, probably
Right,
something
right.
like that, where I just lost it, and I was like, "Fuck this! I don't
Yeah.
want to do this anymore."
Yeah,
and I wish I could get that. I think I could, but I just wish I could get that back. Where I could
Right.
Right after I turned 21, I kind of hit like a pit
Yeah.
almost, where I had to
Right.
like kind of crawl my way back out of
I
that. And I
almost
think
feel
I
like-
lost a lot of
slump.
that.
I almost
yeah.
feel like I lost my not lost my imagination, but like
I lost my
lost
identity
the
for a while.
creativity
Yeah.
to create these worlds and
Dude,
stuff like that.
why do you think we don't see like shapes and stuff and tricks anymore? 'Cause we're not
Oh,
fucking
'cause we're
kids. You
not
lose that
kids.
imagination.
Wait,
Yeah,
say it again?
they're just little balls now.
Yeah.
Tricks cereal.
Tricks
Oh,
are for
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Oh, they were like shapes.
because we ain't kids
Yeah.
no more,
Yeah,
son.
so we always see those fucking colored balls.
Yeah, honestly, and that's why all McDonald's nowadays look like office spaces.
Honestly, yeah. Following our
Do you
generation.
guys remember when McDonald's had Nintendo 64?
Yes!
Fuck, that was
the best shit
that
in the
was
world.
the peak of
The
McDonald's.
only one that I think still has it is the one that's like one town over. That's like
In
in the
Illinois?
center of town. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no shit.
Do they
Let's
still
go.
have
I think so,
N64
yeah.
in
Dude,
there?
let's go.
Yeah,
Dude,
'cause
I'll
they
go in there and
renovated the
punch
building.
I'll punch little kids out of the way to play some N64.
But they kept the play area, the original play area.
Hell
that's
yeah.
there.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
those were so much fun. You had like
Dude.
Mario Kart and shit on
Like
there all the
Donkey
time.
Kong, dude.
Ah, and you just sit there. It was like 4 little controllers.
Yeah,
and you
it's just
sit
like
there
in a
and beat the
circle,
shit out of
and like you're
people.
just like all
Yeah.
you can see is like the peripherals
Yeah.
of the other kids and they're
Ah,
playing. So
that
I'm
was
gonna
that
fuck
was
this kid
that
up.
was McDonald's did so good. They
Yeah.
created like a LAN party
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
In this fucking
in a
McDonald's.
fucking tower,
Oh,
like a
Yeah.
cell or not a
They
cell phone,
killed
but
it.
like a payphone tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, whoever came up with that idea, I hope they're still doing big things
Hell
because
yeah.
they
yeah.
nailed it. They nailed it with that idea, man. I wish.
I wonder how much money you make working on McDonald's innovation team.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's got to be good. It's a $1 billion company.
Clearly, somebody on that team was
Uh,
depressed as fuck when they started throwing out ideas, though. with How
Yeah.
they look now.
Yes.
It literally looks like the inside of an office.
Yeah,
An office
it's
building.
kind of sad.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it
their
like-
their new template.
Is it like hardwood
It's just
floor
gray.
or what?
It's,
Oh,
it's still like the
gray,
tile floor, but
everything.
it's everything's gray. They have like wood tables. Like there's nothing interesting. There's no
Yeah.
color.
Interesting.
You know, how,
I-
like
Whereas
McDonald's,
like growing up, it was bright red.
McDonald's in
and
the '90s, it's
gold
just
and
bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, golden
Yeah.
red everywhere.
I don't
Fucking
think I-
Ronald
colorful.
McDonald all
I
over
don't
the
think
place.
I've-
Eat my food. Do it.
I don't think I've been in a McDonald's since high school.
Yeah.
I think that was the last time I went into a McDonald's.
I don't really go into them anymore.
I don't think I've
But,
eaten at McDonald's since
yeah?
True.
maybe early college. I think was when the last time I ate.
Makes sense.
See, I got kids, so
True that.
Yeah, dude.
Did you guys ever
I
see
still
that
go
movie
crazy for some
about?
fucking chicken
Oh,
nuggets.
yeah.
Did you guys ever see that movie about McDonald's? About
Super
how
Size Me?
Size Me?
No,
Yeah.
no.
that was
The
fucked.
one,
Yeah,
it's
super
a
fucked up.
documentary because I don't know if you guys know this, but McDonald's, that idea was stolen.
No shit.
It's a stolen idea, and it shows. So this movie shows how it was taken from these two guys that created. It was technically two guys and an investor. And who plays the investor? It's
Is it what's his face? The guy that played. He used to play Batman back in the day. He played Beetlejuice.
Michael
George
Keaton?
Clooney?
Michael
No,
Keaton.
Is
Oh.
it Michael Keaton?
I think it's Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, and so it's called. What's it called? The Founder.
Nice.
And it's a true story about a struggling salesman from Illinois who met the two McDonald brothers, and they were running this burger operation in South Carolina, and he impressed them by like creating this franchise potential. And then he basically maneuvered himself into a position to steal the company from these guys.
Holy shit!
And
Wow.
stole it from underneath them.
That's crazy.
And this whole movie's about it. It's
That's fucking wild,
wild,
man. Get that
It's wild.
investment and
Yeah.
fucking.
And now
snag
look
that
at it.
Jesus.
Look at how imagine how much money that man.
I
Just
love
stole
watching
from them.
biopics like this. Like this
Yeah.
is so. Yeah.
Like he just stole fucking billions.
No,
from
like
these guys.
well, first of all, McDonald's is I think it's the largest real estate company in the entire
Yeah.
world, and then on top of that, they are also one of the highest performing restaurants in the world as well.
you
So
know who
it's
just
like
beat them
who?
this year? Culver's.
Fuck yeah,
Really?
Culver's.
Culver's just beat them.
Culver- yeah,
as the
Culver's took
highest,
one.
The highest revenue and the fastest
Shit.
growing operation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fastest growing would make sense.
And the highest revenue.
Well, when they
That's
started to
insane.
open up like those privateered shops to where like you can own a Culver's, like
Yeah.
own a storefront,
Yeah.
that went up like
people-
fucking
yeah,
wildfire.
The guy that owns this one, he owns like 4 of them.
Dude,
We know the guy that owns
yeah.
it.
It was so cool to see that. Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
not only did it create like a community based connection to where it's like, okay, it's not just a fast food place. Like this is so and so's restaurant. Like he's
Yeah.
Right.
the head of this place. It's like car lots. Like you always
Oh,
see
yeah.
like
Used
so
car
and so's used trucks, and like there's something more homely, and you would prefer to go there.
Than to go to like
Then go to-
an anonymously named-
Exactly.
Yeah, which makes
Like a
sense.
Where you
McDonald's,
don't get a face with the name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think it's kinda
Builds a
dope.
community.
Yeah, you're kind of creating that family environment.
exactly.
There. Yeah,
Exactly.
Because
And
I do prefer Culver's over.
Hell yeah.
First of
fucking
all,
shit,
I
yeah.
hate when people compare In-N-Out to Culver's because
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Fuck
that was
In-N-Out.
I saw the
Culver's is
article about
better.
that.
Yeah.
Culver's beat out In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
them
they did.
In-N-Out.
Culver's.
Yeah. To all of our California listeners, fuck you.
Fuck you. Everything causes cancer in California except for Culver's.
Except for Culver's.
Well, anyways, boys, we're at an hour 7.
Butterbug.
Let's better than a butterbug. We'll switch over to our YouTube live.
Leaves.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, awesome. Thank you
Totes,
guys very
McGoats.
much.
Have a
for
great
listening and watching
Yeah.
all that.
Have a great rest of the day.
Have
We
a great
love
day.
you.
You guys
Join
are
in next
awesome.
week.
Like and subscribe to our Facebook and our YouTube channel. Go to our Patreon and subscribe if you would like. And what's the other one? Oh, whatwedidthisweek.com. Make
Yeah,
sure
buddy.
to go buy some merch because
Do
you
it.
know the holidays is coming up.
That
And
quality
what better,
swag.
what better thing to get for your loved ones than a T-shirt with our faces on it,
Yeah.
or a mug with our mugs on it. Now I'm saying it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Have fun.
Adios and have a great week. Bye.